Hello, everyone. I'm Alex Witt with this breaking news approaching noon on the East Coast here. And the U.S. Supreme Court is now siding with Ohio's Democratic elections chief in her dispute with Republicans over newly registered voters. Let's go right down to Washington, D.C. NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams joins us with more on this. All right, Pete, what is the latest and how does this affect this mess in Ohio?
Well, the latest is this is a victory for the state of Ohio in a legal dispute that's been going on for about a month now with Republicans there. The Supreme Court just put out a very brief decision saying that lower courts were wrong to get involved in this and give a victory to the Republicans. The issue here was something called the Help America Vote Act, passed after the election debacle in Florida in 2000. And it says that states are required to take their voter registration databases and check them against records from their state motor vehicle departments, from the Driver's License Bureau. And if there were any mismatches, that they were to communicate those to the counties so that the counties could take whatever steps that they might want to take to ensure there was no voter fraud. The Republicans said the state isn't doing this. That's a violation of the federal law. And on Wednesday night, a federal appeals court ruled in the Republicans' behalf. The state went to the Supreme Court, and today the Supreme Court struck that lower court order, leaving the state to handle this however it wants. Now, the Supreme Court, interestingly, did not weigh in on the election issues here. What the Supreme Court said is that the federal law involved here does not give someone like the Republican Party in Ohio a right to go to court and sue to enforce the federal law. Lawyers call this a private right of action. And sometimes the courts say that the law specifically has to spell out that people who are not in the government itself have the right to enforce a federal law. The Supreme Court, without really deciding this case, said it's unlikely that the Republicans would succeed going down that road. And so that leaves it up to the state now to do this however it wants. So this removes a legal impediment to the state being able to go ahead and continue to take absentee ballots. The absentee ballots there in Ohio will be, they'll begin to process them on October 25th. The state was worried that if it had to drop everything and abide by this court decision, that would interfere with its ability to get ready for the election. However, the state did say that it was going ahead with a lower court order and starting to inform counties of these mismatches. Now, whether it's going to continue to do that or whether it's going to stop doing that, we'll have to wait and hear from the state of Ohio in the next couple of hours to see how they're going to handle all of this. But this is a big victory for the state. The state had warned that if the Ohio Republicans succeeded on this legal gambit, it could encourage parties to do this in other states. So this would seem to put an end to that possibility.
Okay, but yet we have to hear from Ohio, so you expect that in a couple hours, Pete, you said?
I do indeed,
Okay,
yes.
Thank you very much from Washington. We appreciate that angle from the federal level.